Hi, Ray. How are you? Hi, Johnny. Great to see you here today. I'm just going to check. Oh, I can see messages. Hello, Kirsty. It's so good to be back. Oh, would you look at this mess? My God. Um, I hope you're all well today, and let's see what fun and games we can have today. I'm feeling that things could be a little bit mischievous. So let's see what happens. I've really missed you all. I don't know if you saw, but last week things went a bit awry. Facebook being funny. I don't think they're funny at all. Hi, Danielle. Hello. Elsie. Shakti. Hello. Welcome. And Michelle. Sarah. Hello. You were listening to one of my replays and now here you are and here I am. Oh, that's great, Ray. I'm so pleased to know that. Yes, I'm very well. Thank you. Got so many amazing things on the go at the moment. Participating in a spiritual journal for you all, which is full of amazing things, and so very exciting and thrilled to be in among that. And then the Soul Mastery Collective began, and the School of W.E.S.H. Goodness me, it's all happening. What's happening with you? Let me have a little sneak peek and see. Sue, thank you very much. Hello from Rockhampton. Anyone else from Rockhampton? If you'd pop in and let me know where you're from. Yes, Sarah, I have missed you. I've been thinking of you. I was talking about you and your beautiful little fellow and gorgeous little girl the other day. And that journey, what a journey it's been, hasn't it? So anyone want to let me know where you're from? I recognise some of your names and it's good to see you back again. What else is news? Well, if any of you are from Melbourne, goodness me, my heart goes out to you and I hope that you are holding strong. Sue's daughter. Hi, Ailish. Hello, One Queen. Very nice name, One Queen. It's only ever one queen, isn't there, at one time? So if we haven't met before and this is your first time, Danielle, hi from Dallas, Texas. Oh, opposite end of the day, is it for you? So 1 a.m. In New York. Beautiful, beautiful ladies. Flores again. Oh, Sunshine Coast. How nice, Kirsty. Sarah, thank you. It's been an absolute privilege to go on that journey with you and to get to know your family and just have so much love for you. And that journey that Ethan brought him through in this life, goodness me. You're welcome, One Queen. You're very welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who haven't met me before, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Gwenda. New South Wales. Hi, Michelle. First time meeting you too. Carolyn, Sydney. Awesome. Whoa, 12 a.m. Danielle, thank you for being up and being here with us. Melbourne, on the positive, getting warmer. That's great, Ray. Sunshine, much better for everyone's psyche. Much better all round, isn't it? Those that have met me before, thank you for coming back. Those who haven't, my name is Gwenda. I'm a spirit medicine woman. And that was actually presented to me one night in a meditation. I actually had a meditation ceremony and it floored me. I was amazed at what was brought forward for me and how it was presented. Previous to that, I've always just thought of myself as a seer. Some people would call me a clairvoyant, a medium. You know, there's so many different names, isn't there? And over the years, it's all changed. So we have lots of light workers, energy workers, psychics. So I guess that name's been around forever. And then, hi, Tanya. More, Rowena, hi, first timer, welcome. For me, it's just been a natural part of my life to be able to see into people. So before we get underway, if I could share a little of my story for you. Hi Gerard from Sydney. Hope it's nice over yonder there today. Gosh, this hair today just wants to be wild and free, which is really my nature. You know, I began my life of being able to see spirits, so see ghosts and hear them, and to me it was just normal, but I soon found it wasn't normal for other people and it caused me a lot of bother. So I didn't say anything until I was older. And I actually went for a reading. How many of you are serial readers? Oh, beautiful, Ray. Thank you. Yes, excited for that too. 27. Oh, Gerard, I'm jealous. How many of you are serial readers? Jump from reader to reader, forever looking for Tingora, Queensland. Never heard of that. Hi, Trina, and welcome. Um, yeah, so many people go from reader to reader, jumping around. You know, from a soul perspective, that's very confusing. And that's you living from your mind. And something beautiful that was brought through for me in my teachings in the School of W.E.S.H just recently is about the earth mind. And I have coined that phrase because it's not one that has been seen or read anywhere, and it was brought through, channeled through just recently. So, Tanya. So when you're living your life from your mind, you can't get the guidance from your soul. You can't hear it, and yet it talks to you all the time. So if you're a serial reader and you jump from reader to reader to reader, you're really opening up Pandora's box for more confusion, right? So when I read for someone, I won't let them come back to me for a minimum of 3 months before they can have another session. And that's so that one, the messages that have been brought through for them can actually take place. Yes, Danielle, I love the palm plant. It's awesome. You need time for the messages to be able to take effect. You also need time to be able to let more guidance come through, and for your soul to have a little celebration dance, because hooray, hooray, it's actually being heard. Good old Tanya. So, you know, many years ago, I was early years of being a master personal trainer, I was at the gym where I was working, and I was coming down the stairs with a client that had just finished a session, and this woman called out from downstairs and said, "It's you! I was going to shoot you. I was going home to get my gun and shoot you." And everybody looked around, and yeah, we're not in the States, right? So to hear something like that is really out there. Everyone looked around to see who she was talking to, and she was pointing at me. I'm like, wow, who are you? I didn't recognize her at all. And she bailed me up, and she said, I was coming back to shoot you, you know, with what you said. And I have no recall because I am a complete channel. I'm not a learned psychic or clairvoyant. I channel naturally, and I have no recall of the messages. Yeah, Helen, can be confirmation, but it can also create confusion. So, yeah, she said that she'd been for a reading, and she said, "You wouldn't tell me about my baby that I was carrying." So it turns out, long story short, she said that everything about the house that I'd talked about they moved to was exactly what took place and everything. But when she was with me, she says that she was pregnant. And when she said, you're not saying anything about my baby, my reply to her was that the baby would be in angel care and it would be fine. And she kept pushing the point. And she said, even when I left your house, I stopped and looked at you and I said, we've painted the baby's room pink, and I've got a beautiful frilly thing around the bassinet, excuse me. And she said, and you looked at me again and you said, the baby will be in angel's care and it will be fine. Now, for me, I have no recall of that whatsoever, as I would not for you when I read for you. It's my my protection. It's like my security, keep me sane. Can you imagine what it would be like if I remembered all of you and all of your messages as I walked down the street? Oh my God, you'd see me in a mental hospital. So she said that she was really upset when she left, and then not long after, she was given the news that her baby had actually died in vitro. So she was so angry and so upset. She said she was going home to get the gun to come back and shoot me. And my immediate response to her was, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger. And I said, I'm so sorry for that. But she was still aggrieved over her baby. But she wasn't quite so angry with me, although she was taken aback to see me there. And the funny thing was, people don't normally recognise me when they're out, especially when I was in my personal training uniform. You know, have no idea that it was me. In fact, 3 of my clients on different occasions over the years would say to me, do you believe in clairvoyance? And I'd say, oh, yeah, maybe. Why is that? Oh, well, I've went to this lady and I think that I'll go back to her again soon. It must be time. And I'd think, oh, no, will that be from this area? So I'd say, oh, where was the lady that you went to? And they would describe the streets they turned to go down. I'm thinking, oh, no. And then they get to describe my house. So I would stop and look at them and say hello to your clairvoyant. And they're like, oh my God, I had no idea. So they were so astounded. Hi, William, welcome. Yes, it is, Ray. It is very difficult. And I'll go into that a little bit more. Hi, Florence, welcome. So, having these clients who had actually been to me for readings but not recognised me as their personal trainer. So it's been a really interesting life for me and one of amazement. And there's a beautiful lady on here today, and you're more than welcome to say don't go any further. But I met her many years ago now, and I had the absolute privilege of bringing through the healing light and guidance for both her and her little baby. Her little baby who arrived with a brain tumour. And then there was an unfortunate situation in the surgery that left him with diabolical complications. But, you know, over the past few years, goodness me, how many's it been now? Maybe 3 or 4. I'm been able to bring through the guidance for her that has given her the strength and clarity and enabled her to manage a very difficult situation with her beautiful little man. And I recently got a message from her to say that he had another lot of surgery, and everything that was brought through in her last time with me is what took place. So I was very, very pleased. And, you know, it is such an honour. This has been my life's work. It is my life's dedication. I was a nurse. I trained as a nurse, and that's where I began to question illness and disease and sickness and pain. And then marrying that up with my abilities with spirit, able to, wow, I thought so. That's awesome, Sarah. Thank you, love. Thank you very much. Marrying all of the learned, acquired knowledge through nursing with what I can see, it just gives me that much more insight and able to explain things to people of what's happening with them, not to them. Nothing ever happens to you, remember? See some of you recognising people on here, it's cool. So as part of my life's journey, it's just been so very fascinating, and the beautiful things that I've been, oh, hi Tanya, are you really? Way to go you. Going into mental health hospitals is actually can be really dangerous for me and is really challenging. And that's because of the different entities and spirit that attach themselves to people who have mental incapacities or are going through a really serious mental situation. So those entities and spirits know that I can see them and they can see me. So I have to be very careful. Hello, Carol, welcome. Very careful going into those kind of places and even into a hospital. The hospital's not so much of a worry, but a mental health hospital is. And it can be hair-raising and it can be exciting. Here in Perth a number of years ago, I went to a hotel with a friend of mine. Hi, Jeanette. Lovely to see you. We were sitting in a cafe across from what is a hotel now, and we were just enjoying our lunch out. And this is a long time ago. And all of a sudden, I could hear horses and I could hear the hooves, I could hear their whinnying. And I looked through the window, and across the road, the whole place had transformed into it being a jailhouse. And there was a shoesmith, or what do you call him, a blacksmith, putting shoes on horses, could see the fire, everything they were doing. They were branding horses. And then a carriage pulled up, a cage carriage pulled up with all these prisoners in it. And this is going back to the 1800s. So it was absolutely amazing to see this transform, because in this time, that place is actually a hotel. Anyway, I told my friend I was with what I was looking at and seeing, and having had no idea what the history was of that area. So we went searching and found pictures of it. But sometime later, my friend said that they had turned the cellar into a cellar. So did I want to go? Didn't think twice about it, did I? So I went into this cellar, and it had really steep stairs going down into it. And I went down the stairs and only got a third of the way down, and the whole cellar floor transformed into what it really was. And it was the place where they held the prisoners, and they held them by chains and big cufflink things around their bracelet things around their wrists and feet, chained to the wall. And one of them was being badly beaten, so they were being tortured. And there was lots of screaming and pleading. Well, some of them saw me as I saw them. Oh my word, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. But there was so many people coming down the stairs, and I wanted to go up to get out. Well, I got hollered at for going the wrong way in no uncertain terms, which I won't repeat here. And I was just trying to push my way past the living people to get out of there. And meantime, having all the spirit of those poor prisoners. And you know, back in those days, they probably stole a loaf of bread, or I don't know, didn't have 2 shillings or something. Poor things. Oh yeah, Danielle, it was no fun, I can tell you. It's terrifying. So I bolted out of there and whizzed out onto the street. I'm like, oh my God. I called for, hi Willie, great to see you today. I called for the angels of mercy and some other angelic help to rescue those souls that were trapped there. So you see, as you sit where you are right now, there will have been dozens and dozens of spirit that have walked through you. There's people who are living in a parallel universe around you. There are entities that walk around through you. Oh, Port Arthur, William, I don't think I would ever be able to go there. That would be really dangerous for me. So unless I went to clear them, but it would still be difficult. And plus, there is also a lot of indigenous spirit there as well, and that can be really troublesome for me. So yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. So I have the most fascinating, terrifying experiences, and have done all my life. It's just been what my life's been. But the most wondrous thing is to be of service to you. The most wondrous part of my work is to be able to see for you, channel for you, be able to bring the guidance through, and help you through the challenges that this world is. Yeah, Helen, I would suggest not. There would just be so many spirits still there. Ailish, you don't necessarily have to feel scared that they're there, but the fact is that they shouldn't be there, right? They should move on. Now, I said that we have spirit and entities that walk through us all the time, meaning that they walk through us and keep going. They walk around and they keep going. But when they lodge themselves in our place, when they start to live through, hi Perla, ringing through Rome many years ago. It could very well have been. It could even just have been someone in spirit or an entity touching you. Sometimes their touch can be enough to create, because create pain and create like a sword stabbing effect, because they may carry a lot of negative energy, for want of a better word. They may really want you to get your attention. There's a number of reasons for it, and it's a very powerful soul, a very powerful spirit that can do things like that, like the ones that can move things, that can open doors and do things like that. They are very powerful, and they should not be here. So I do spend quite a bit of my time going and clearing ghosts and spirit and entities and things. So you could say I have a bit of a whirlwind of a time. So let me see now, on the side, or sorry, in the comments of the live, you'll be able to find the links if you would like to book a full reading with me or a healing with me. The links are there. I will also update the Calendly calendar when we finish. My website address is there for you as well, so that if you would like to learn more about what I do or to connect with me, my Facebook community, I would love to have you on board and love to connect with you. So, oh yeah, yes, William, that's no fun either when they push you to the ground. Yes, Ray, it has been an amazing, but at the same time, deeply honoured and deeply respectful. I don't play with what I do. I do not play with spirit. That is just so stupid. It's dangerous, it's stupid, and it's disrespectful. So I have tremendous respect for the gifts that I have been bestowed in this life and many lives before. Been burnt at the stake a few times, drowned, all sorts of exciting things. William's saying that one of his experiences was having an entity grab hold of my shoulder and push me to the ground. Entities are a real problem. They're a bloody nightmare, in fact. And Debbie, when lights flicker, well, it could be the bulb going out, it could be a short, it could just be power, or it could be that you have the energy of a spirit or an entity that is messing with the lights. So it's a little bit of, what do you call it? When you just cross things off, you go and tick and see if it's that. No, it's not that. It must be something else. When you diminish it down and then you get to the last thing and go, well, that's what it is. So, oh, Ray, thank you so much. That's really lovely. I appreciate that so much. It is really the work of the divine. I am the channel and being graced with it being my work for this life. The smell of someone smoking, that's definitely spirit around, as long as there's no one outside in your yard walking by smoking. Angel boards, when you're doing angel boards, well, Patrizia, I really like that question. Seeing smoke inside, no smoke. Oh, Ray Louise, you need cleanse that, girl. That's a big no-no. So you need to smudge your house. You need to call for Archangel Michael's light. Now I'm going to go back to angels because Patrizia's got a really good question there. What about doing angel boards? Oh, wow, Perla, that's interesting, because the fact is that is not permitted. That's a no-no. So that's really interesting. William, love that question too. You guys are really on it today. This is cool. Hi, Debbie. I'm glad. Welcome. A first time with me. It always changes, Debbie. I'm guided by spirit as to how we go, and when I get down to some nice channeled messages for everyone. William Ray, the School of W.E.S.H that I have is specifically for people who are gifted or who are the seeker, know that they are different but don't know how they're different. And the School of W.E.S.H is about helping people have a sacred place where they actually learn how to use their gifts, how to understand their gifts, but how to be grounded. You know, have you ever met those wacky, wooey clairvoyants that are all over the place, energies all over the place, and they're here and they're there. They're not really in this world and they're not really in the next world. You're not here for that. You're here to live in this world and have this experience. You have to a wow of a time, Ray Louise. So, William Ray, to answer you, you can do it through asking, through meditation. You can do it by reaching out to your guides and asking them to show you the way. And that is the most direct and safest way, on the premise that you do have very good connection with your guides and you know how to speak to them. And that leads me into Patricia's question. I'm going to go around a little bit with this. Everybody would know of Doreen Virtue, right? Thumbs up or whatever. Say, yeah. Very famous clairvoyant and angel connector, written loads of books, right, on angels. A couple of years ago, I think it was, she did a turnabout and she made an announcement that all of what she'd been doing was devil's work, and she no longer will commune with angels. She will no longer bring through information from no, William, a past grandparent would be a guardian. A guide is a guide. A guide is a being of light. They're a beautiful being of light and they guide you throughout your life. They've never been human and never will be, but your loved ones are your guardians, and they get called up at different times in your life to actually be your up close and personal guardian and to look out for you, look after you, and then they get to be free again and carry on with what they're doing in their past life. Do you hear voices? Debbie, that's one of my most favourite things to say to people who are psychologists. I love sneaking up beside them and whispering in their ear, I hear voices. And one lady that I had the greatest fun with, she would say to me, one day they're going to come and take you away, you know. So, Debbie, because I am extremely earthed and I know how to live this world and the next, voices chat to me is a big no-no. So if any of them come toward me, I can already sense, feel, hear them, see them. If they are that strong, they can make themselves seen, and they are not permitted to just help themselves to talk to me. So there's actually rules. You know how we have rules in this world? Well, there's actually rules between the worlds as well, and there is rules about what spirit can and can't do. Hi Michelle, welcome here. Hi Mike, Kerry, so good. Okay, yes, Perla, he's been with you for the last 3 days because he's actually worried about you. So he feels that you're not really moving on perhaps in the way that he would like you to, and he wants you to know that he will always be around you, but he wants you to be free to be able to enjoy this life as much as you possibly can. And he hopes that his love, even though there was some bump rides in there, he wants you to know that his love will always be with you and always be in your heart. So yes, he's been around a few days. He's going to be around a little bit more because he is just a bit concerned about you and wants to see you being a lot more at peace in yourself. You're welcome, Debbie. So I don't do cards, Michelle. A reading, yes, we'll see if I'm called to you. Hi, Alana. So I want to go back to the question about angel boards, and I was talking about Doreen Virtue and the turn that she did. And people slammed her a lot for that because she turned around and said that she would now only ever speak with God. Now, if any of you are not God people, well, you know, whoever your source is, but I understand Doreen's connection. I understand what she means by God. So, thank you, Tanya. You're very welcome, Perla. That's what I'm here for, darling. So, what she found was that because of the rise in what's called consciousness and enlightenment and all that, and all these people going off and doing psychic courses and things, that a lot of the dark have been portraying themselves as the light and pretending to be the light, and have been misleading people, and people have been misleading people. So she, that's okay, Michelle, no problem. You don't know if you don't ask. So she has turned all of her work around to say she will only work from there. Well, I totally get that and understand it. So when it comes down to making what you might call an angel board or anything to do with angels, then I would ask you to make sure that you understand who you are speaking to. Is it really an angel? And is it really an angel of the light? You see, we have do you understand why now, Tanya? Why she did it? We have so many other beings here now who are from different galaxies and different places, and you can even see them in human form all around you all the time now. And they portray themselves as being of the light. They will even talk about being light workers, but they are not. They are not of God's light. So this is what Doreen discovered, and she was quite right. And having lived it and known it, I know exactly what she's talking about. So if you're going to look at making things like angel boards or anything like that to do with angels, it's really important that you understand who you are talking to and who you are listening to, who you're getting your guidance from. The guy was a meeting about 2 months ago, came out from nowhere, wonderful. Danielle, that's not normal for a medium. So that is someone else borrowing you, and it's something that you need to be very careful of. You know, you guys, if you're really interested, I'll run a workshop for you, and I'll help you understand, I'll help you know who you're hearing, and all that sort of thing. Yes, Tanya, a lot of people were, but they really didn't go and find out why she denounced it, and she was right in why she denounced it. She's still doing her work, but she's just doing it from a different level now, and she's protecting herself. Oh, hi, Sari, and welcome from South Africa. Well, Perla, that's a really good question. The dark are able to cloak themselves. They're able to hide really well. Yes, you can truly know, Patricia, this is the life I live, most definitely know. The dark are able to cloak themselves very well and pretend, but because they're not of the light, they cannot maintain it. What they'll do, and I'm going to use a word that's really not a good one at the moment, but it suits beings of the dark, is they're like a virus. They transmute and they shift themselves around. To suit the environment, to capture who they want to capture. Sure, Florence, I'll do that. I'll put it out there for everyone. Perla, we were talking of Doreen Virtue. Yes, Leanna, I will do that workshop. Oh, hello. I just recognised your name. Yes, it is scary, Danielle. So when you are looking at doing anything like that, you really need to understand who you're dealing with. And it's the same as people going off to the old-fashioned seances or table dancing, as they started to call it. It's not table dancing with no clothes on either. So table dancing people started to go to, and that's absolutely ridiculous. I know of a very good clairvoyant here in Perth, and I was astounded to find that she was going to these table dance nights. It's ridiculous. Oh, you'll feel it all right, Perla, and if you don't feel it, then they have moved into your energy and they are using your energy, your mental ability, and tapping into you without you even knowing. So it is very scary. What I'll do is I'll put information up about the workshop. I'll create it, put it together, and put it up for you. So keep an eye on my page, on my Facebook page. And then you can sign up for it. And I tell you what, how about $57, hey, for 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours? How's that for everyone? Johnny, love to love, but I don't read cards. I'm a full clairvoyant sweetheart, if that's, I'm a spirit medicine woman. The best way to ground yourself, William Ray, is to get outside, have your shoes off, stand on real ground, not on fake lawn, not on concrete. You really need to have your feet on Mother Earth. So, dirt of some description or lawn of some description. And you need to really feel yourself ground into the earth and draw the energy up while you're also sending toxic energy away. Um, no, that's right. Thanks, Perla. Turn on my doggy puppy, please. If she will come back physically. Shakti, I'm really sorry, but I'm sorry to say, love, because I understand the heartbreak of losing our beautiful four-legged friends. Their unconditional love is exceptional. Hi, Kerry Addison. It's yes, Johnny. It's really difficult losing them. Your beautiful Poppy won't be back just yet, but will be back, and will not be back as a doggy. You're in for a very big surprise, and you're going to know. You will just know, but it is going to take about 2 years for your beautiful doggy Poppy to come back, especially in the form that that Poppy's coming back in. Shakti, really look forward to this, but 2 years, love, before you'll find that Poppy's back. And you know what? You're going to want to use the same name and it will suit, even though it's no longer a puppy dog. It's going to be something really different. I'm not going to tell you. I can see it, but I'm not going to tell you because it's going to be the most magical surprise for you. It's just absolutely beautiful. Beverly, I do soul retrieval. Yes, most definitely. Soul retrieval is necessary when there has been any experience of severe trauma, shock, illness. Even anaesthetics can cause a fragmentation of the soul. And funnily enough, just recently I've had to do so many. It's been bizarre. It seems like everything comes in floods, It most definitely helps teenagers, bipolars, people with supposed mental illness. And I say that with the greatest of respect. Heal her, Roxy. Yeah, Mitzi. Sure, William Ray. Okay, let's see what we can find for you all now since you've been so wonderful. William Ray, first up for you, on the right-hand side of your body, you have actually got a presence there, and that presence is showing in a most beautiful form of blue light. Now, this is someone that you have been calling upon. So this is actually one of your guides. They've heard you. They are listening to you as always. They never not hear or respond, but are showing their beautiful presence today. The interesting thing too, William Ray, is that this energy of your beautiful guide being in the most gorgeous blue, it's like a sapphire blue. That's actually an angelic colour as well. And this guide wants you to know that they are there to support and help you in everything you want to do. However, on your left side, this is where your blocks are. So you have your guide here wanting very much to bring everything through for you so that you can hear their guidance and get their messages. But in the front of you, you get very caught up and distracted in the everyday life, and particularly in your relationship. So your guide is asking that you do a little bit of clearing and cleansing. I don't need that. Clearing and cleansing of your life, particularly around relationship in this third dimension. Then you're going to be able to get more contact and a guidance from your guide. Whoa, these messages are going so quick. Ray Louise, in a little while. Not yet, love, not yet. Yes, Patricia, again, it would be really nice to talk to you about what you believe being awakened to do God's work. Remember what I was saying before about those who cloak themselves and claim to be in God's light and working in God's light. So really take the time to get used to connecting with God's light. Get used to knowing what it feels like. Really step into it so that you can discern, so that you can know that that work that they want of you is right from God's light. Hi Casey Morrison, how you doing? Hi Michelle, you're welcome. Now let me just see back here. Sorry. Well, the difficult part of that, Sarina, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Nicole, okay. Tanya, fatty lumpy bits in your liver, darling. Get rid of that anger and that withheld stuff. That's all that is. And clean your liver up. If anyone comes across to the H.E.A.L Wellness community, I do talks on there on a Thursday, all to do with what your body's telling you, what is being held in your organs that's causing the organs to not be able to function properly. Tanya, don't worry, it's fatty bits, but you do need to sort it out. Sorry, so back to your son. It's the outside source controlling him. Nobody can control you without your approval, right? Even when we are invaded by a wanton spirit or an energy, an entity, we allow it. So your son is rather rebellious. He has been particularly stubborn since he was 15, and he himself has drawn this energy to him, and he'll continue to draw it until he brings himself back into a place of being more compassionate and open to receiving guidance, not from his guides, but open to receiving guidance from people who love him. At 15, he hit a really tough cross-section in his life path, and it kind of knocked his belief in trusting people who said they loved him, and that's what's really caused the problem for him. Nicole, you're back. Nicole Cherry Bales. Nicole, I'm going to do an energetic clearing around you while I am saying your name and while I'm looking at you, because there is such a tremendous amount of clutter of energetic clutter around you. Nicole Cherry Bales. So this is like looking at an overstuffed office desk and office cupboards. There's just too much energy bearing down on you, and it's other people's crap, other people's junk. One thing I'm going to say to you is you need to leave the monkey with the person, right? Because so many times, Nicole, you are the one who will give people support, encouragement. Oh, the woe is me. You'll take it on and you look for a solution, or you look for a way of making them feel better, but while you're doing that, you're keeping all that, you're keeping all their garbage, and now you've got like a great big messy office of other people's crappy energy around you. Go and have a lovely clean away, really cleanse yourself and let go of other people's stuff. Not your monkey, not your circus, as my son says, not my monkey, not my circus. Amount of energy. That vibration, Patricia, I would need to know more about what you have been doing. I won't go into something of that level on here just now, but what you're describing there is to do with what you have actually been doing by way of seeking, what you've been doing with connecting, wanting to connect with angels or with other beings. And they will most certainly shift the vibration around you and bring other energy in. And once again, I'm back to that same thing with you, understanding who it really is, who it is that is there around you. You need to clear that. The easiest way you can do it is to say that only those of the highest divine light may be with me at any time. Clears them out. Like I was saying, there is universal laws. There's laws in the spirit world just like there is here, and once you call upon those laws, that's it. It's like hands off. They can't do anything they'll go around just like any rat bag. They'll go around and look for a hole to get through or a loophole, but you stay vigilant and get rid of them. Jeanette Marie, yes, darling. You know, a whole lot of disturbance around your throat chakra, which has actually gone down to your heart chakra as well. And I'm going to say to you that you can hear that my voice has changed. There is too much dampness in your spleen, which means that you've been very pensive and worry, put a lot of worry in, and I feel like your tongue may even feel sometimes like it's too big for your mouth. If you've noticed, you might even bite on the sides of it sometimes. But particularly at night, you can feel like your tongue seems to be taking up a lot of room in your mouth. That's your spleen. And it's because of the amount of pensiveness that you've got going on in your mind and worrying, going over and over things. So you really need to clear this out, empty it out, get a trash bin or something and make like you're putting all the junk in there, and keep only what really serves you from the highest light that's going to be of value to you. Now with this throat chakra, that's really you not stepping into your own power, you not really speaking your truth. You dance around the truth, Jeanette. You need to really clear that up, love, and have more courage in the truth of you and the strength of you. It is also beautiful that you have got such a very gracious heart. You give a tremendous amount from your heart, too much. So could you give some of that back to yourself? Okay, so let me see who's way down here now. Michelle Savari, a motorhome. It's not ideal for you, but there is a small one that's coming your way, and it's almost gifted to you. It's almost presented to you as a gift. There is a small payment. Now, don't get too excited about it because it's not going to last, right? So you may get 6 or 8 months use out of this motorhome that's gifted to you for a very small amount of money. Make the most of that. It's going to be a lovely stepping stone for you going forward, but that's it. After that, you'll be looking for something much, much better, and you will have to wait a little while, about 10 months, but it all works out as things do. They must work out. Yvonne, hi from Norway. Welcome today. Thank you for joining us. Reading great. Michelle Kelly. Hi, Michelle Kelly. Where are you from? Mitzi Diaz Soto, hello. It's healing, thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, that's just so unfair, William Ray. She understands, though. This is the beauty of spirit, of going to the spirit world. They understand, they get to see, and they know what's going on, and they also understand the heartache. If you ask her to come to you in dream, she will take you out to the dream plane and meet with you out there, and you'll be able to see how awesome she looks, and she'll let you know that she's fine. Her passing was not quite the way that she would have liked it, but she's fine now, really fine. Danielle, love and career. Oh, what? Wow, goodness me, isn't that original? Danielle, love and career. Let's see. Well, you might as well just go all into your career. No love for you, Danielle. Or we'll turn around the other way. Go into all love and no career. No, I'm just teasing you, really. Danielle Marie, love for you hides because you put your foot into love like you would put your big toe into a cold beach to see if it's, how cold is that. So in other words, you haven't yet been able to bring that full trust back into your heart or belief that someone is really going to love you and cherish you for always. So there is some fear there in your heart, and that's why you find love a little bit tricky for you. Career, you've got a split in your path, Danielle, so you have got some options to come, only 2, and they're pretty boring, I will say. So you're going to need to really get a little bit stronger in what it is that you want as a career, what you want from the career. This is the mistake I think everyone makes because of the way we're taught. We go looking for a job that we've got the skills for. We go looking for a job that, we think, oh, that'll be fine, it's close to home. We never go looking for a job because of what the job can do for us. So, Danielle Marie, you really need to think about what you would like from a job, and then your guides are going to put it out there for you. It's just going to be bang. You won't have to go hunting, you won't go looking for it or anything. Mitzi, messages for you. Well, let me see, Mitzi. Oh, some twist in the spine, twist in the lower spine, difficulty in the spine. No, this is energetic. So, if you wash a piece of clothing and then you wring it out and it gets that twisted look, this is the energy that's in your spine, Mitzi. And this says that for too many times you are wrung out through the direction of other people instead of you being able to feel very strong in your own spine. The spine represents our pole, like the pole of a yacht. It's what keeps it up straight. It's what keeps the sails out in alignment. Our spine is the same thing in the human body. So yours being wrung out says that other people have wrung you out, taken you away from your direction, and really not allowed you, but you also have not allowed yourself to see your way clear and step forward to say, I'm not going that way. So there is a lot of disturbance in your own sense of support and being supported, too much of you supporting others instead of it coming back to you, Mitzi. Thanks, Ray, to pop in for those. Look out this week. I've got all sorts of fun excited in there. Hello, Belinda Pellegrino. Where might you be from? Deborah Satterley, good morning. Well, goodness me, it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon, darling. Where are you? Get one every time my dad's around. Ailish, why do you think you get a headache every time your dad's around? What's that pressure about? What is it that you're not meeting, that you don't believe you're meeting in being up to speed with what he wants and what's going on between you and he? Word acceptance, word worth, all steps up in there, and that's exactly what headaches are about. Not honouring your truth, not listening to your soul enough, and getting too caught up in the racket of the mind, Ailish. So really clear that up. Also do a little bit of healing work, prayers around you and your dad, and accept yourself. He'll accept you more when you accept yourself. What have we got going on there? Michelle, that's really cool. Jewelry and crystals that keep breaking around you or losing them happens so often. Okay. We can break jewelry through our energy. So when we have an energy surge, we can actually cause jewelry to break because everything's energy, right? So if the jewelry is not a really strong form of metal, we can break it. I mean, gold and diamonds are the hardest ones for us not to break or to break. Losing them though, this is more about twofold here, Michelle. When we lose something, we're not really aligned to it. There's a reason for us losing it. We're either had enough, it's not doing for us what we would like it to be doing, or better still, it represents someone and something that we no longer need or have in our life. So when you're losing something, you need to look first at how present you are being in what you're doing, how present you are being in your life, then also looking at what that piece of jewelry or crystal represents. Crystals don't actually align with you. You often have too much energy with them, and you're also getting the ones that aren't suited to you, so they're not really aligning with you. Most importantly, Michelle, check in with yourself and see where you're at in being very present in your life, in what you're doing right now, because what I see with you is that you're out of alignment. Deborah Satterley, Slattery, sorry, Deborah. You're welcome, Nicole, Terry Bales, Tanishan, Deborah Slattery, let's see. Oh, hi, Diana, nice to see you again. Um, Deborah Slattery, let me see. Well, goodness me, feet pointing in opposite directions, Deborah. What are we walking down a path, sort of pulling against yourself and not being able to see your way clear? And this is really more relevant to a circumstance in a relationship 8 years ago. So, Deborah, if you could take a little wander down memory lane and check out where you were at 8 years ago in a relationship and relationship with yourself, because you do a lot of tug of war with yourself, coming into disagreement with yourself. You could almost say that you argue with yourself about things, but your feet are pointing in opposite directions, and this is leftover energy from this situation 8 years ago. Bring yourself back to that place and looking at what it was that you felt so very strongly about, but it's like seeing you being pulled in two, and then you have never really brought yourself back in and seated yourself in alignment since then. So this is old stuff you need to work through, Deborah. Now, on a going forward note for you, you have got a lovely little windfall coming your way. Deborah Slattery, you're very fortunate. Um, it's a good amount of money. You're not going to be, a new millionaire, but it is a very good amount of money, and it is going to be just in time. You will be so glad. I'm sorry you're going to use it all in one hit, but you will be so relieved because it's money that you've been asking for, and it will be so needed when it arrives. You'll be so chuffed to be able to go and just pay off what you need to be seeing to, something really heavy hanging around your neck, and it'll be gone, and that's okay. So just please give thanks for the money that comes your way. Um, yep, Casey, there is indeed. It's called your head. That's what's in your way. Um, Thanks, Jeanette. Thank you very much. Oh, UK. Awesome, Deborah. Awesome. Michelle, challenging mum relationship causing stress and anxiety. We create those things, right, because we go into a state of living only from what our mind tells us and our expectations, and also attachment. That's all stress and anxiety is, not being able to sit centered and listen to our soul and be able to get that guidance, and also from the heart. Relationships are challenging because there's something for us to work towards and to release. So we let go and we work towards a better state of understanding ourselves and the other person. Belinda, study and career. One thing to say to you is don't get caught up in too much study. This is something that can actually distract you. You need to put your study into action. So, some people are forever students, they're forever at university, they're forever studying things but not actually doing anything, and this is what can happen to you. So, excuse me, you need to really have a closer look at what you're studying and start to put things into action of what you're learning. And you also need to revisit what you're studying. It's not going to align for you. It's only going to have a very short purpose, and you'll think, why on earth did I do all that? And to be honest, some days you're already thinking that, and that's because it's just not right for you. So, oh my gracious me, look, you're all down here. Oh, so far. Yes, Shakti, I certainly do, and the link for it is on this thread or on the introduction to the live. So I'd love to have you join me there. Well, everyone, I'm sorry about our time. Continue your house for me soon. Yeah, Sarah. Hey, Sarah had some really cool things in her yard, didn't you, Sarah? Little swamp monsters. They were awesome. Okay, everyone. Hi, Pamela Rose. I'm sorry that I've only just seen your comment there, and for everyone who missed out on getting a message, I'm sorry. Trying to keep up with everyone and hear the messages and deliver them to you. It's a bit of a tricky thing. Maybe I need an assistant. Anyways, it's time to go for this week. If you would really like to hear some great things about health and my work with health, I'm on the Our Wellness community page on Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Perth time and talking about heat in the body, hot flushes, irritable bowel, celiacs, all sorts of wonderful things. Please come on over and join me there, and you're welcome to ask your health questions or whatever from there. But thank you so much for being here with me today. It's been absolutely wonderful, and thank you for all your engagement and your beautiful, beautiful energy. It's been so nice. I will keep. I'll do that course or that little mini course for you all. I'll put it up on the page. Probably not till the end of the week, and then I'd love to see you join me on that so I can help you out with really connecting and knowing who you're connecting to. In the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and know that you're well loved and well looked after. See you all again next week. Take good care. Bye now.